too heavy had grown. The dam of Yeshua is my only salvation. The death of Messiah could only atone. I am redeemed, but not with silver. I am bought, but not with gold. I'm bought with the price, the dam of Yeshua, precious price of love untold. No silver nor gold has attained my redemption. No way to the kingdom cannot be bought. The dam of Yeshua is my only salvation. The death of Messiah could only atone. I am redeemed, but not with silver. I am bought.
How great you are to us, Abba Yahweh. Oh, we honor you this day, Abba Yahweh. To know such a great one, Abba Yahweh, to be in our lives, Abba Yahweh. One, Abba Yahweh, that we don't have to worry about ever leaving our side, Abba Yahweh. One that we know, Abba Yahweh, that I'll always be by us, Abba Yahweh. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. Todah. For Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, we rebuke you, Abba Yahweh. Oh, yes, let us stand to our feet, nation. Blow the trumpet in the mountain of Yahweh and Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Precious Abba Yahweh, but in the Hashemayim, Kadosh to your mighty name, your Makut to come, your will be done. In earth, Abba Yahweh, and it is the Hashemayim. Give us this day our daily lesson, and forgive us our debt, Abba Yahweh, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For yours is the Makut, the power, and the honor, Abba Yahweh, forever, Abba Yahweh. So be it, Abba Yahweh. May it be fulfilled in the precious mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. And your Malak, feed us today, Abba Yahweh. Feed us the immense, the wisdom of your knowledge and your deeper realm, your word this day, Abba Yahweh. And we see how the false prophets are leading the people astray, Abba Yahweh. But I told you, Abba Yahweh, there's a Malak, Abba Yahweh, to give us a clarity of the wisdom of your knowledge, your deeper realm this day, Abba Yahweh. To touch the ears of your nation, Abba Yahweh. Every folk on this earth, Abba Yahweh, in the presence and mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. For in this excellent Yom YisraYah'ale, we have gathered today in the name of Yahweh our Abba, made us clean, YisraYah'ale. Hallelujah. We're fearfully and wonderfully made, YisraYah'ale. So may bring praise to Yahweh. With all of our voice, every day, let us sing.
I will praise
We do greet you all in the blessed name of Yeshua HaMashiach, that he has assured us by the sign of his testimony, mark and the power of his name, in the bosom of YisraYah'ale, he granted unto the nation of his people to know him, and to know the power of his mighty authority, which is revealed in Yeshua HaMashiach. Flesh redeemed us. That's what the bullocks and the goats did. Cleansed us from our sins. Washed us in the down. What is greater than the down of Yeshua? You will say that it is a form of theology. I don't come to us in some kind of hermeneutics, community, any kind of theological concept. I come from the Torah. The Torah will answer everything. It has not been some theological approach by what we call brilliant minds to survey the landscape of his Torah and by their own edicts. They will be the one that dictate. It is come by revelation of the living power of Yah in his nation, Haruach. And that's the only one. And when a wise man hears that, he will know that it has come from the bosom of Yah. It has come from the altar of Yah, because there is one profound substance of that. It is fire. It will purge us of our sins and all of our corrupt ways. That's it, fire. May he enrich us all today. May his truth cause strength to fill our loins and to cause us to delight. That's sad. There is nothing in the world to delight in. I can see what Dawid said. I was very glad when they said, let us go in there, the house there in YisraYah'ale, where I can hear the robust sounds. Those that will orchestrate the music, the instruments that bring forth a wonderful sound. I was glad when they said that. And he said, they said it. I was glad to make it open noise unto God. You call it what you want to. They make noises at football games, basketball games, and events, and birthday parties, and anniversaries, and every kind of life. They make noise. In every kind of a twisted, damnable lie, they make noise. And they show their enthusiasm by making a sound. When there is no sound in you, it's because there is no life in you. Everything that is alive makes a sound. You're dead because you're dead inside. You sin. Not someone else has separated you from the Ahava of Yah. You have no one to blame but me. That's just a fact. It is the truth. You're the problem. You are the problem. No one is your problem but you. You sleep with you. You're secretive with you. You lie to you. And you corrupt you. Nobody corrupts you. No one corrupts you. I say to men, especially men, you think I'm going to be sorrowful for you? There's a sister in Chicago area where she calls me and she stays in touch. She sends her offerings. When people think that there is no one else beside them in an area, I will never tell others about others, because they lie. They will try to corrupt each other because they feel as though that there is nothing that is apporté for me that this man says. But I certainly enjoy her ruach. It is a simple ruach. It is very pleasant. It is very cordial. She always blessed this house. I listen to everything. And I want to do right by Yah because I know where I'm being fed.
Yeah.
Where the truth is coming from, because there are tens of thousands of voices. But there is only one truth. And it's going to burn like the fire of hell. Beyond that, down in you. Cleanse your dirty, corrupt mind. And that's a fact. I did not finish up the teaching last week on the ruach, on the spirit of the beast. I'm going to put a hold on that today because I want to teach on the mark of the beast in its clarification that no one is able to buy or sell. What are we going to buy? The Torah tells us. We'll get to that. But I want to begin this teaching from the lips of Shaul. He tells us what shall be. He tells us the reason. In 2 Thessalonians. And then we will go to Gideon and Revelation. Shaul speaks about the spirit that is called Planui. It is called Planui. It is a strong spirit of delusion. And when he speaks of this word Planui, he speaks of one that subjectively formulates their own opinion, what is moral, what is right, and what is wrong, negating what Torah says. I don't care what you think, what you believe, how right you think you are. If there is no justification in Torah, then you're wrong. You ought to know you're wrong because you will know that it's based upon your opinion, and it's based upon a mind that wonders and ponders and speculates. That is what planning is. A planning is. And whereby because of that we are led astray in our own way by our own opinion. Now who does that to you? Nobody. You are the orchestrator of that. No one developed that in your mind. You developed that in the ignorance of your own stupidity. No one is going to correct you, not even Yah. And it leads to a despising Torah. You don't want anyone to speak to you concerning Torah. You don't want nothing that the messenger says indict you. I'm better than that. It's for the others, but it's not for me. Listen to what Shaul says. He says in 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 9. He talks about him. And there is no one like him. There is no one like the him I am. And there is no one like the him you are. He said there is him, there is a delusion of the mind that shall come. Even him who's coming, whose works are after the workings of Hashatan. What are the works of Hashatan? He's a liar. He doesn't dwell in the truth. May I ask us a question? Do we lie without even conscience of it? We're willing to lie, and we do it knowing we're lying. You hate every nefesh. A liar hates everyone that he or she lies to. These are the workers of Hashatan. He dwelled and did not abode in the truth. He did not abide in there. He was a liar from the beginning because he did not dwell in Yah's truth. So here, there is one. Here, that speaks to him. Who speaks to you more than anything? Him. Who talks to you more than me? Him.
Hallelujah.
Who talks to me? She more than me? No, him. Looking for some kind of identity of this thing. There is no one that speaks to you more than him. Than him. You don't verbalize with each other for hours, but you verbalize with him all the time. There is one who's coming. They will emulate the entirety of the workers of Satan. He exalted himself above the magnificent splendor of Yah, to say that my sins and my transgressions, I can forgive myself, and that's the way I is. We think highly of me. We think highly of I. We think that I is more important. It's a lie.
Hallelujah.
This doesn't come from theology. This comes from truth, the book. And it says that he's coming with all past, with the entire force, the mind, the ability to utilize, and he comes with all power. All power. He comes with the power to influence. Who influenced Hava? Nahash, the serpent. The rejection of Yah's command. We're guilty of that.
Hallelujah.
We're guilty of Yah's commands. And we think we're rich in our substance of our knowledge. We're poor. That's the mind that Yah is dealing with. Nobody tells me nothing.
True.
That's the consensus of this mind of Hashatan.
Hallelujah.
And you let it be known because you get angry at the drop of the hat.
True.
You get upset. You know you're evil as the gates of hell. They will not even welcome you. You think you get by on your stupidity, of your own moral sense of you. You're a fool.
Hallelujah.
You are a flat out fool. And that's a fact.
Hallelujah.
His work is after the working of Hashatan, and the Torah says with power, and then he's coming with Simeon. He's coming with miracles, signs. He's loquacious, he talks. You're impressed because of his vocabulary and the expression of his words. No one talks to you like you. And it makes you think that I can stand against anyone and anything. I don't want to stand against anyone.
Hallelujah.
I don't want to stand against everyone or everything. I don't want to. YHWH looked at it, he said, leave it alone. Don't bother it. I will not waste my time with this stupid world. That's me.
Hallelujah.
I can't save nobody, neither can you. You brought nobody unto YHWH, then you negate the power of the Abba. No man even go or enter into his premises, but by him drawing the man. And he doesn't draw the man but by one thing, that is truth.
Yes.
That is truth. He must hear. She must hear. That's the only thing. That's a fact. And he's coming with pseudos, all kinds of lies, a lying tongue that defrauds. You don't defraud me with a lie. You defraud yourself. Him who's coming. Him that speaks to my mind. It is him that speaks. It is him that speaks. Don't you know Nahash spoke to Hava? She got along and him. She began to speak. She began to speak and she replicated that what she had spoken unto him. Nothing entered into her. There was no gigantual thing standing before her and say, you're going to do it. The man is removed from Yah, his truth.
Yes.
The man is self-righteous. That man will lie.
Yes.
And we're too ignorant. We can't even detect a lie. You can detect a lie from a child.
Yes.
You parents, you cannot detect a lie when your child lied to you.
Yes.
I can detect that.
Yes.
We can't detect a lie from humankind, from the kind that comes from him.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Hallelujah.
Don't even listen. He's coming with wonders or tiras, miracles. He will energize you. Who energizes you to continue in the process of things that you're allowed to process your mind? Nobody but you.
Hallelujah.
We want to blame everything on everyone else. That's our problem. You never take the responsibility of you. No man can withhold me, not in this wicked world, because there's nothing I want. And what I need to do is for Yah. And he supplies more than I need. Bread, raiment, and a place to lay my head. That's more than I need. That's more than I ask for. I never pray for one thing. I never pray for one thing. I pray Yah give us what we need here as a whole, as a people. And then he says in verse 10, he's coming with all apate. It's almost like apostasy. Apate. He's coming with all deceit, not sound. He is treacherous. Your mind speaks lies to you. And it doesn't give a damn about your nefesh. Your mind speaks lies to you. And it doesn't care about your being, your substance, your nefesh. It doesn't care. And if it doesn't care for you, how can you care for someone else? You cannot. If you don't even care for you, how are you going to care for someone else? It comes with all deceit and of unrighteousness. In essence, it violates every aspect of the Torah. That him that comes after the working of Hashatan, Hashatan, did Hashatan violate every aspect of Torah?
Yes.
Every principle?
Yes.
If you're guilty of one principle,
Hallelujah.
you're guilty of them all. If you break the smallest and the least of things, you might as well repent of it all.
Hallelujah.
You understand? That's what it is. Because why? In them, they are the ones that are going to perish. Why are we perishing? We're losing any kind of tikvah. We are sad. There's nothing that disgusts me when a grown man, as he calls himself, this young daughter that calls me in Chicago, she has no husband. She has no one. And you must hear the joyfulness of her voice. You must hear it. Her language is so simple, I don't even talk when she calls. I let her talk. I don't do that with many people. And some grown man tell me about his problem, about his ills. When there are those, I was speaking about my friend here. I said, you know what? When I walk over to him after each service, I said, how you doing, my friend? I'm doing terribly. I'm doing excellent. And you go tell me you will go to hell.
Hallelujah.
You will go to hell with
Yeah.
that. This is a weak generation. We must be certain that y'all can. And he will.
Hallelujah.
Whatever the battle is.
Hallelujah.
And you imagine living somewhere in Chicago, snowing today, cold, and no one. I bless all of you down there. Bless the daughters of Zion.
Hallelujah.
You're a little weak of an individual. I don't care who you are. Why? They're going to perish because they receive not the love of the truth. We don't receive the love of Torah. We don't love Torah. We don't love Torah. We don't love truth because we receive not the love of the truth that they might be delivered. That's the only thing that's going to deliver us. We must receive the love of truth.
Yes, yeah.
That's the only thing going to deliver you. Truth is revealed, the purpose and the intent of Him. Truth reveals the purpose and the intent of Him. Of that man. Of that one. Don't you know all the world systems? They have been created, even the aspect of learning, dialogue, intelligence. It has been written in books. And you develop how to process things from books.
Yes.
That's why we need the Sefer, the book of his mind. We must allow the mind.
Yes.
And then this book, you will understand.
Hallelujah.
I don't speak to you today, I speak directly to you.
Hallelujah.
That's the only way. And that's the truth. We don't see the love of the truth. That's the only thing that's going to deliver us. From who? From him.
Yes.
Who's coming after the working of Satan? Who comes to deceive is full of deceitfulness. You deceive yourself. Quote, I'm good, I'm better than, unquote. That's a lie.
Yes.
Quote, I treat everybody nice and I love everybody. You are one of the most damnable liars on the face of the earth, unquote. Quote, I love everyone, unquote. Lie.
Yes.
We tell lies because we come after the working of him with all of the deceit, and the lies will make you feel nice.
Yes.
You will get an spree from your own lies. It's not some chip. The Torah calls it a mark. It is not a chip, it's a lie. And these men have read the books of the heathens that they call Esau. There is not one Hebrew Israelite that has written any kind of book on the cognate of the knowledge of what they call the chip. Not even a pamphlet that I know of. Stupid generation.
Yes.
The revelation of the time is revealed in the book, no other place. And everything I will teach today is from the book.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
We don't receive the love of the truth, and Yah says, for this cause. Listen to me, nation. You don't you don't love truth. You don't embrace it. Because him that has come to you, my truth, will revile you. It will expose your sins and your corrupt ways. Reveal unto you the hidden power of that Nahash. You know you're a liar. There is no one besides me that lies like Mr. Trump. He's a dirty dog of a liar. And I don't tend to mess with the presidents or leaders. He's a dirty liar. He lies no more or lied no more than Mr. Obama, or Mr. Clinton, or Mr. Bush, both Bushes, or Mr. Ford, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Wilson. He lies no more than them, or any other politician. His lies are not subtle like the other ones. Was not Hashatan the most subtle?
Yeah.
He was slick as they come. And your lies are so slick they deceive you. Him that coming after the working of Hashatan, you know anytime you lie, you coming after the working of the one that oppose everything that is righteous. You understand?
Yes.
Yah says that for this cause, Yah. That's what he says in verse 11. I will send them strong, plenty. I will send them strong delusion. That they will have the wrong opinion. You see, if there was some kind of beast before you, you can kind of, that will give you some kind of fear. But he sent the delusion that you will believe a lie than the truth. You will have a formidable opinion about you. And you're right. Your morality is not based upon the principles of Torah. That's what Pele is. We're ignorant because we don't seek out knowledge of matters. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do it. I'm no rocket scientist, and I want to be one. I'm not an intelligent man, but I know what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
And I know the labor that I put in this book.
Yes.
And I'm so ignorant that I can understand the clarification of the word in its time. If I understand the word, its origin, and what it defines, I know I can do that. But him tells you, you don't need to know the meaning. You don't need to understand that with clarity. That's what him tells you. And you will debate that. You are a fool.
Hallelujah.
You are a real fool.
Yes.
You are a fool of a fool. Yours says, I'm going to send them plenty. They will have an opinion. It will be deluded, delusional, and it will be a lie. Well, I know I'm going to heaven. Ain't nobody oh, the Lord Jesus got me. But you give no honor to his name. You don't even remember the Shabbat. You're going to hell with your flying shoes on. There is no hell. Well, see, I understand. That's what him tells you. I'm not wrong. I know him tells you that because that him comes after the working of Shaitan. That's why it's easy for I to be deluded. For me to succumb to delusions that I speak to my mind. I know what it's going to take for me, and then I pretend that I can do anything I want to, and I'll be all right. It's me lying to myself. There is not someone or some formidable enemy that stands before you in some kind of physical form. There is nothing like the physical form of your mind.
True.
Nothing like that. It's filled with every kind of thing that opposes your lies, deceit, corruption, uncleanness, every kind of thing. You're not going to blame anyone because YHWH paid the price.
Yes.
We keep our minds set on him. Steadfast. Walk in the counsel of this Torah. We'll be all right. Hallelujah. He is going to send them strong delusion that they may believe a pseudos. What is a pseudos? A lie. That which defy the morale of Yah. That which defy the counsel of Yah. And believe me, that beast nature seeks after that. That Nahash seeks after this. Listen to me, people. These are liars on every street corner. They have no sense of what prophecy is. But they are called the prophets of the Lord. Unquote. I have no problem with that. Because on this corner, that group, their Lord is different than that group on that corner. Yeah. And that corner, their group, or their Lord, is different than that group on their corner. Yet the dichotomy and even the foolishness, none of them agree, and they say they read from the same book. He wants us to believe a lie. Can I ask us all a question to ponder? Whose lies do you believe? My lies or your lies? You lie to you. You lie to you. And so if you are such a believer in lies, there is no power that's going to make you receive anything. It will just simply cause you. It will present more lies to you. You believe them, I'll do it. Everyone is going to win that 1.5 bill that was won in South Carolina. They don't know who won it, but I heard the other day they believed it was a mechanic there. He came to work that day, and the next day he didn't come. Undoubtedly, they have not seen him again. We believe lies. And I'm not the one that lied to you. You lie to you. That's it. Yah said, I want them to believe this lie, this pseudos. Why? Verse 12, that they all might be damned. Does it say that in the translation?
Yes.
No, that they all might be damned.
Yes.
And you fight with me because I use the word damned or damned. You get offended at me because I use it. I'd rather use the word damned than to lie to me with such corrupt lies that I know that I'm a wretched dog from the gates of hell. And it was nothing but the dam of YHWH that brings me relief. There is nothing exceptional about me. There is nothing grandizing about me. There is nothing special about me, nothing at all. I know it is this that convinced me of the vile, wicked one I am. And I don't need some devil or some kind of person standing before me to convince me of my ways. It is this book. That's right, hallelujah. That convinces me that they all might be damned, what? Who believe not the truth. Does it say that?
Yes.
Does it say those that believe not the truth?
Yes.
You that are new, I want to read this from the book. Everything I'm reading is from the book. I simply copy and paste so I don't have to turn.
Yes.
That's the only reason. What is the truth? Everyone will tell you it is his word. But I will tell you what Yah, as he gave us a shiram from Dawid. He says this Dawid in Tehillim 119 and verse 142. He says to Yah, although my zeal has consumed me, 142, he says, Yah, it is your Sadiq.
Yes.
It is your righteousness.
Yes.
It is a li-olam. It is an everlasting. It endures. It is an eternal righteousness.
Yes.
And thy Torah is the truth. You're not going to find truth nowhere but the Torah. You're not going to find it from some exegesis of some religious theology format. Some hermeneutics or hermeneutic is going to come from the Torah. And thy law, thy Torah is imat. Nothing else.
Hallelujah.
Nothing else. There's no other truth but the book.
Yes.
There's no other truth. If I live 10 lifetimes, I cannot extract the totality of this book. Even in my lifetime, I will not exact 0.00000 10 billion zeros, 10 trillion zeros, or 1%. I will not extract that. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
It will extract me from the ways of me, from our own wickedness, that they all might be damned because they don't believe the truth. But we have pleasure in unrighteousness, our lies. Pleasure, he says.
Yeah.
Pleasure, he says. I know we didn't read Abraham 11. But it says, as I read to us, Moshe chose rather to suffer with the people of Yah than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. He preferred the suffering. And this is what everything is predicated on, even here in Guyana. What is the mark? What am I going to buy and sell? What does it mean to buy and sell? I will begin here in Revelation chapter 13. Chapter 13, verse 16. No man is going to be able to buy, sustain. That's why you cannot be taken by the delusion of your own lies. Because if you believe your own lies, you will not be able to detect when someone else is speaking a lie to you. That's a fact. Mr. Trump says Mexico is going to build a wall. And those that are taken under the delusion of his lies, I don't care what he says, he's now saying, I didn't say Mexico was going to build a wall. And that's the way I is. And that's the way you is as well. You lie to yourself in your self-grandizing way, and to think that you possess the truth of Yah. You will know that a man's pony in this expression. This is what the Torah says. Revelation 13:16. He used the word poiodu. Poiodu. Cause. Cause. What is he implying? Cause. He calls us, or simply do, or make. And this word, I had to include this. The word is mentioned, the word cause, 357 times that says, or in the application of do. It's used 114 times in the Torah on the application or make. Who makes yourself lie to you? You do that on your own. Do you not?
True.
Who makes you lie to you? And so this one boy, Eodu, he calls all. It doesn't say some.
No.
It calls all, call everyone, all, both small and great. He calls them that are rich and poor. He calls the ones that are free and bond. Not a mandate, not a command, but to receive a harachma. Now that is something I want to deal with today. The words harachma. The words harachma. The word harachma. The word mark. That's a Greek expression. It's only used 8 times. And the 8 times it's used in the writings of Gilgana, Revelation. And we know that 8 is the new beginning. And then it is used one other time. I want to read that before I proceed. He will cause us to receive a harachma. It is an imprint. This is what harachma means. It is an imprint. It is an idolatrous idol. What is more idolatrous than our lives? Here. Your own lives, you have idolized your lives. You have no sense and no feel that I'm lying. I will get to the depth. But this word is only used in one other place. Harachma. It is used in the book of Acts, Shaul, Ba'as, Asep, Shalisham. It's used in Acts 17:29. This is the only other place outside of Revelation the word is used. It's not used in any other place but here. Harachma. Harachma. I have a full definitive of what it means. It is a stamp, an imprint, mark, or the mark stamp on the forehead or in the right hand as a badge of followers of those that are anti-Hamashiach. The mark that is branded upon a horse. Now, how do you get a chip that makes a brand? That this is what harachma is. It's though that when one would brand a family, the only thing they had to do was tell you their name, and the whole community knew about them, and they were branded. They didn't have no mark on their head, and you knew the state of the being of that family because they all were marked.
Yes.
Oh, you're Roberts. Okay. I got it. Your name had superseded you. It was a mark upon that name. And this is what harachma implies. It's a brand of the horse. Thing, listen, the thing that we carve, you carve out some of the most idolatrous things in your mind. Some of the most deceitful lies of corruption. The thing that is sculptured, it is what is graved on the graven words, and it is also the idolatrous image. That's what it is. The image that is idolatrous, that defines one's own activities, negating the Torah of Yah. There is no man that's going to stand before you and command you to take anything. You're going to be convinced. Your lies convince you because you think it's going to be enough for everyone, but you're a fool. You don't even know what you're going to buy. You don't even know what they're going to sell, and it's right here in the book. There's not even you out there that are listening. None of us. Hallelujah. The only other place, Acts 17:29, this is what it speaks. For as much then as we are the offsprings of Yah, we are not to think. You understand that? You don't think that in the essence of Yah, you don't think of him as in the essence of gold and riches or silver or stones. That word there, G-A-R-V-N, graven art. That man devised. He is the one that devised that. And that's how we think of Yah. So it's 9 times the word harachma It's only used basically in the writings of Giliana. And that narrows its scope down, that you can find out what Yah is saying. That's a fact. So what is it, hallelujah, about this mark? We brand it. If one said that I am Jim Roberts, the name was a name of brand, of death. You knew that the family were killers. And their names spread like wildfire. Everybody knew what they were about. If anyone says I'm from the Massey clan, you will know that all the women of that clan were whores. And all you had to do was hear that name, the Massey clan. They did not have a brand on them saying a whore across their forehead. And that's a fact. We need understanding, nation.
Hallelujah. Stop the foolishness.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to ask us all a question. When it says in Giliana 4:15, this is Kaya. And Yah said to him, Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. Yah says to him, therefore, if anyone slays, or whosoever slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yah set, he did not imprint, he set a mark, and that would be uth. This is what the word implies in the Hebraic tongue. Remembrance. You're part of the Roberts? Yeah, I am. You knew that there a thought of knowledge that has been spread that he and they are killers. You're part of the Massey clan. The daughters are nothing, the women are nothing but blatant whores. It says he set. He set the remembrance that it would be represented by which a person or a group are characterized or characteristically marked. In essence, they would say, quote, black people are lazy, unquote. So when one sees a black person, they don't see no mark that says I'm black. But just by the stereotype of the image, you will know that he's lazy. Quote, Mexicans are robbers and thieves, and they're coming across the border to kill. When you see one that is of that hue, of that person, first thing you see that he sneaked over the wall. He's a thief, they sell drugs. Do you understand what a mark represents? Yes. It doesn't represent that there's a big imprint. In one's right hand, the right hand has always, you must study every Torah verse on that. It represents the authority. Is Yahushua on the right hand of Yah? Yeah. Who is his authority? Yahushua, isn't he? Yeah. That's his right, that's his authority. As Yah sits Yahushua on this right hand, and we're on the right hand of Yahushua HaMashiach, that's a fact. We don't have to imprint his name in our right hand or cross our forehead. Yah sat. He made a remembrance when people would encounter Kayan. He's a killer. He's a dog. Stay away from him. Yah says, if someone kills you, death will come on them sevenfold. I will kill 7 generations up there. That's what he's talking about. We need teachers of truth, nation. We need men that teach the truth.
Hallelujah.
And bring forth the simplicity of it. To understand every word of Yah, it is pure. Every word, not some of the words. Every word of Yah is pure. And we're the servants. We love everything he says. I'm going to break this down for us, all right? And it says that upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. The word set is sum. That's the word satsum. It is to ordain a thing. It is to establish. Did not Yah establish that with Cain? Yes. It is a constitution. It is to make. And so Yah constituted that. Yah made it so, YisraYah'ale. He is the one that determined that. He is the one that fixed him in that which is, that's what the word setsum. There was no branding on his forehead. None. None at all. There's only one brand he gives his nation. It's there in the Messiah. It's the power of his name.
Yes.
And everybody doesn't see it. And when there is one that you embrace that come among you, you will know that this brother, he's real.
Yes.
This one got too much of his own dubious ways. You know he's false. This sister is full of her own bullshit. It is crazy that we have no discernment. It is sick that we're that ignorant. And that's a fact. That's what the word sum is. It is to establish. It is to fix. It has been ordained by Yah. Not only has it been ordained, it has been constituted. Is this not what Shaul gave to us in the beginning? Was this not constituted by Yah? Because they received not the love, the great chava of Yah's Torah. Yah's going to send strong delusion. He's going to make you believe your lies. You're not listening to some strange voice that's telling you lies. You're listening to the voice of your mind. Your mind lies to you. Your mind makes you depict others. Your own mind makes you have a perception of one. That's a lie. And so it is not some strange thing or some kind of strange thesis that calls you to receive a marker. It is you that marker your mind, because you come out to the same deception as Hashatan. And the reason why we don't dwell in truth. These are lies that people are telling you. There are no spaceships that are going to take us up. His word and his power is able to lift us up. You would not even know what a spaceship looked like. You don't even know what a spaceship looked like. And the only reason you know what a spaceship looks like, it is in the image of those that you call Esav, that they have depicted what a spaceship looked like. It's a little bit of light? No, it can't be a little bit of light. And they're so intelligent with big old bubble heads and all of that. Really, there's no intelligent form of life, but yet they have found you and you have not found them. Don't you understand the stupidity? You'll wake up in here. Don't you understand the stupidity of that?
Yes.
Don't you understand the stupidity of that? Something with a slender face, a big bubble head. That's the only thing that I've seen of an alien. And y'all calls us aliens. We are alienated in countries and places that we ought not to be. The land is foreign to us. And they look like that. And if they were bad as a bone, why not land one in Times Square? This is your stupidity. You believe that lie. You will buy that lie and eat it up. And spread the lie. You won't talk to me that way. And you got to be a fool to let someone talk to you that way. That shows your weakness. I will never let no one come here and talk that foolishness. And you, that if anyone talk that foolishness to you that visit, don't let them do that.
Right.
Like they got such great nuances of truth. What does... Please, someone write me, please, today. Tell me what a spaceship looks like. And send me a picture. You see the stupidity of that? Year 2000, they were in New York waiting on their houses to be lifted up by a spaceship. You don't hear that no more. 2019, the people of my youth, this is the restoration, 400 years of captivity. Now what are they going to tell me? I got another 400 years to go through? They're stupid. They're stupid. Just like Yah raised up his nation there in Mizraim, they had the man of command in Goshen. And that one by the name of Yosef, he was the one that the king realized. I'm blessed because of you, man. And that's just a fact. You're not going to tell me your lies of a thesis. That the nation of YisraYah'ale doesn't return to unto Jerusalem, the capital. I just know that the state of the promise of Abraham reaches from Euphrates to the great Nile. You can put 5 billion people there. There's enough fertile soil. There is nothing that grows in that land nowhere over the world. Anything grows there. Their produce is much sweeter and better. That melons everything. You need the chemicals like we need here. It is a virgin land. You are not allowed it to be polluted. You can grow nothing in this polluted land in America. It's a land of stench. And these fools telling you lies, and you buy the lies because you have the very intuition of the mark of that beast. You think it's just going to be in this, just one moment that this thing is coming. He has prepared generations for this. Because we don't love truth. And what can you pass to your children but lies? And the only thing that draws you up because God had chosen you. He didn't choose your son or your daughter. He simply chose me. He didn't choose my cousins or aunts or my uncles. He chose me. He's unkind. Is he? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
This is the mark of God. Now let me go further here in Gilead. Now, can I?
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I got 6 verses or 6 identifiers here. That as I began in Revelation chapter 13, 17. And it says, and that no man buy. Who understand, who knows, the word is agor, like agriculture, agrorazzo. That's the word, agrorazzo. No man can buy. This has nothing to do with buying fruit or cattle. It is the word that no man, as I've talked before, no man can redeem himself. He can buy back his nephesh from the gates of hell. That is what the word is. That is what the word means. You can't buy. If the dome of YHWH has not purchased you, you're not going to buy with your solid, your stupidity of your intelligence. It doesn't mean buying fruit or meat. I will prove that. If I don't prove it, don't any of y'all listen to me again. Now, if I prove all things out of this book, you better listen, all right? They will tell you, no man is going to be able to buy and sell. I'm buying food now and putting it back. You are as silly as a doorknob. You are as stupid as they come. That's how silly you are. Agorazzo. You're not going to be able to redeem yourself. No man can buy or put it up. No man can sell. No man is going to be able to barter or sell anything. You can't say, I will serve you. That's what the Hebrews would do. When there was one that was rich, I will sell you. Myself and my children to you as servants. And at the end of 7 years, we will buy our freedom. These are stupid people. It's not about fat back, fried chicken. It's not about that nation. It's not that. And I will prove it through Torah. No man will be able to buy or sell unless save he had the mark. He had the stamp. He has the harachma. He has the stamp. What is the stamp of the beast of Hashatan? Every government, whether it was the Romans, the Medes, Persian, they all have defied the counsel or bell of the Most High Yah. And every one of them said, I will exalt myself above him. I will build a monument into the heavens. I will go up and confront him. Look at the height of your heavens from the earth. But I'm here. Well, that's how stupid. That's why the spaceships. And Charlie the other day said, we have landed on the opposite side of the moon. You know, it's... They defy you. Yes. That's what they're saying. That's what they're doing. And that's what we do. We defy Torah. We will accuse him. Yeah. We'll reject him for a damn dog. Someone that doesn't even love him. Yeah. We will defy his commands. Defy his Torah for a dog. Yet we will not even care for him. That's a fact. That's a fact. unless they receive this graven, idolatrous concept. You're the one that idolizes you. No one else idolizes you like you. You look better than everyone. You put on your Leslie Flay frock, you're fine. You're more attractive. You know you're stupid. You are beyond immaturity. You have no self-esteem. I'm using that for an example. That's the way we think. Everybody thinks I'm handsome. That is so juvenile. I know I'm fine. Fine what? What have you found? You look a mess. All I say, take your clothes off and you see how you look in front of the mirror. That's all we all have to do, all right? Tell me about that. I don't care how thin you are. It doesn't take long. Everything will be revealed. Let's get real. You're not that fine. You can use your Botox to get all the wrinkles you want. Not wrinkles, but rankles. These are stupid. And not only that, or the name of the beast, or the onama, or the beast that they rion, or the number, the arithmos of his name. Now I want to deal with each one of them individually, all right? I want to deal with that. I want to deal here, beginning here. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
In Revelation chapter 18. 18 and 10. Now we're going to come back here. Don't worry. I've got that. Revelation 18:10. It says this. As this bober. And the word Babel, Bevel, it means a mind or a state of confusion. They were building what they call the tower. And Yah says, but this thing that man has, when he conceived this in his leban, didn't he? Yeah. In his mind, in his heart. He said nothing will stop him from doing this. And there is nothing in our crazy mind. Yah can't stop you. No devil is going to stop you. Nothing that you conceive in this crazy mind, nothing is going to stop you from doing that. You may be hindered for a while. So he brought confusion upon them. Yes. It was a stench in the nostril of Yah. It was a shameful thing. And it's a shameful thing for us to try to exalt our thoughts above what the book says. And we try to inject our own theology of concepts as to what the book says.
Yes. Yes.
You know what? People will do that with me or you because they think you're weaker than them.
True.
They think you're weak. And they think they have the wherewithal. Do it to me, you will find out how weak you are. You really will. Lest you boast and no. You do that to me. And with a strong man, they're not going to do it. No. They're not going to do it. They're afraid. They are fearful. They're cowardly. They're not going to do it.
Yes.
Revelation 18:10. This is what it says here. There's one thing I want us to understand. Because I want you to understand what is it to buy. What is it to sell? What is the number of his name? But in order to do that, I must draw from this book, Gilead. It says in Revelation 18:10, one verse. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, said, alas, alas, the great city of Babel, that mighty city. For in 1 hour, in 1 hour, the first hour, in a span of time, it says the hurrah or horror, and that time is defined. It is fixed. That's what the word's ho. It's ho. It's not who, but it's horah. H-O-R-A-H. Horah. It means that it is a defined time. It's set. Why is it that, quote, all the prophets of the Lord's, unquote, cannot tell you the defined time? Why do not these, quote, prophets of the Lord, unquote, tell you the define. That's what the word Torah means. It is affixed, it is defined.
Yes.
And Yah does nothing. He does nothing. But he first revealed the knowledge of matters or his secrets unto his avadim, his servants, the prophet. We got all these prophets, quote, of the Lord on corners throughout the metroplex. And yet, they don't know the time. They don't know the hour. That's what the word Torah means. It is a certain time. It is a fixed time. It is a time that is absolute. That's what it means, nation of Yah. He says, your judgment is come. You that declare that you are Zerah of seed of Abraham, why can't you tell the nation the time fixed that the nation will be judged? Yah will move them without finances and all. Don't you know that he's a mighty one? I don't need a dollar bill to get on that plane. I don't need no passports. He made it all. Yeshua was concealed in his presence. And as he spoke of the power and the dynamic of Yeshua, let there be air, that was air. Let there be earth, that was earth. He did everything by HaMashiach. He is the power of this truth. He is the word. And everything he speaks is Yeshua. Everything Yah speaks is Yeshua HaMashiach. That's what it is. So why is it the prophets? They tell you we're in bondage. 400 years. Tell me when I'm free. Tell me. He didn't tell Pharaoh. He sent his messenger. 400 years. Tell him to check on that back there. You all smell that?
Yes.
I do. Turn that on for me. To let my people go. He said, man, where is the messenger today? After 400 years of bondage, where is he to go up to Mr. Trump and say, let the people of Yah go? It is pathetic. Yes. It is a shame. That's why my prayer has always been, Yah raise up the true messenger, the young man that is strong. He must be counseled. He must be taught. He must develop that kind of charismatic beauty that is not in his walk or his talk. Where are they? When the nation cried out, you think everyone of YisraYah'ale was crying? There were homes where they cried. You think everyone put blood on their doorposts when the death melech and the messenger of Yah came to minister Yah's truth? Not all of them. There were those that were Egyptians, covered themselves in the house of those because they had seed, they had an investment in that people. They had sons and daughters. We are stupid, wild-ass of a people.
Yes.
We believe young men that can't even articulate well. We believe old men that are silly and dumb as they come. There's a fault. It is my time to move out of the way. I'm ready. Believe me, I have no problem with that. He says here that in 1 hour, Yeshua said, you couldn't pray with me for 1 hour. That precise indication is only used 6, 7 times in Torah. 1 hour. But here's one that is profound that the Nobi Hanuk wrote before Yachanan wrote this. He knew. He says in Hanuk chapter 57, I want to read. You read the whole chapter tonight. Take your time. But I will read the first 3 verses, all right? Hanuk. He talks about this vision. He didn't see no spaceships, but he saw in this profound vision, he saw the chariots of Yah. That's all the Torah talks about, the chariots of Yah. I don't see nowhere it talks about the spaceships of Yah. He saw the chariots of Yah with the people of Yah advancing according to the command of Yah. And he says here in verse 1, and it happened, after that I had another vision of a whole array of chariots loaded with people, and they were advancing upon the air, from the east, from the west, until midday. That's where his people are. They're from everywhere, from the east, from the west. He says, look at this now. And the sound of the chariots, they were clamorous, the wheels, and they rode. How do you be that way? Rod in the heavens of Yah, on the air of Yah. And they were clamorous. And when this commotion took place, the Kodesh one, does it identify him as that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Kodesh one in heavens took notice of it, and the pillars of the earth were shaken from their foundation. You see, he doesn't need an atomic bomb to do that.
Hallelujah.
He doesn't need a nuclear bomb to shake the pillars. A nuclear tremble here may not even be felt there in Tennessee. But when the earth rises up, shake the earth, there is nothing that's going to stop that.
Hallelujah.
Of it, the pillars of the earth were shaken from the foundation, that's inciting that. So you tell me that this earth sets on the foundation? The foundation of his principles, that Yah shook this earth. And the sound of the noise could be heard, listen now, from one extreme end of the sky unto the extreme end of the earth. In what? 1 hour. Not 2 hours. In a fixed time. In a certain time. So you drop a nuclear bomb here, it won't even be, the tremor will not even affect Atlanta. But Yah says, when I rise up to shake the pillars of the earth, the heavens above, the entire sky that you see, it's going to be felt there. And there will be nothing that is left. When he bring down this arrogant Jezebel spirit, that's what Babel is. She's an arrogant whore. That's why this queen of the heavens, and we all think that we are the queen. That's why we act the way we act. I see men acting more effeminate than women. That ain't the way of a man. A man doesn't roll his eyes. I'm talking to us all. Not just you or you, but I'm talking to all of us. I don't roll my eyes. I've never done that. I've never made sounds. That's effeminate. That's effeminate. I don't care who you are. That ain't no soundness of no man. What a man will do, he will look in your eyes and he will not budge. You see, I know she's going to blink. You will. Why? I mean, there are times I stare at things 5, 6, 7 minutes and I never blink my eye. Never. How do I know that? Because I time it at times. I do it. That's effeminate. She's the mother. And your mother, you got a little bit of your mama in you. You got the same amount of mama's DNA. You got papa's DNA. That's fact. Equal. You can't identify me without DNA from my mama and my daddy. They're balanced. That's what balance wants. Period. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. 1 hour, the stream. And then this is what it says in verse 3. Then some or all. Then all. Look at who they is. Then all shall fall down and shachar. They shall bless Yah. It says, and all they shall fall down, quote, worship, unquote. They're going to worship Yah of the host. Here is the end of the second parable. Where are those messengers that can bring the knowledge of this to us in this hour? In 1 hour. Daniel talks about in 1 hour what's going to be the kingdoms. And there's not going to be a Babylonian kingdom that rises up. There's not going to be a Medo-Persian kingdom. There is not a Roman kingdom raised up. You can say what you want to. You can say that America is the identity of Russia, of the Roman kingdom. It is that mind collectively, which is the mind of Nachash or Hashatan. Nobody thinks like you because you're right about everything. Nobody can tell you anything because you can open the book. Why is it that if they're that smart,
Yes.
if they're so knowledgeable, they can open a medical journal and operate on someone? Why is it that if they're so smart, they can't even take a mechanic book and do a mechanic job? Why is it if they're so smart, they can't even take a book and build a house? This is how stupid these prophets is. They are the prophets of the Lord.
Yes.
This is how dumb they is. This is how dumb they is. Well, they can't take a book of the mathematical formulas and deduct the wisdom of Einstein's theory, but this book, they can tell you everything. They know every prophecy.
Yes.
Messengers of old always taught their sons. Abraham taught his sons.
Yes.
And Yishak taught his sons. They taught them the ways of Yah.
Yes.
Terah taught Abraham, although he fell into his own deception and his wickedness. He's going to cause all of us. He will cause every man. You can buy, you can redeem yourself. You're not going to be able to redeem yourself. This is not buying a loaf of bread, my friend. I will prove it. I'm going to finish this today, all right?
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. In 1 hour, we're going to see the hand when Yah rises up. He's going to shut the door. Nobody's coming in. Nobody. So save yourself, nation. I know you love your sons and your daughters, your grandbabies, but save yourself. You walk in the light of Yah. You do that. And everything else will follow suit. It's in the will of God. There's nothing we can do. We should let our light so shine that others may see. And it is your love, your chava for YisraYah'ale, for one another, how we care for each other. That's it. I'm not trying to convince no one. My brothers, my sisters are not. I'm not trying to. Look what it says in Revelation 18:11. I want to go down. It says in Revelation 18:11, it talks about the merchandise, doesn't it? It says, and the merchant, or it is known as the emperoros, the merchants, those that are the ones that, can I show an example? They will say, Bubba owns a fatback greasy shop, frying biscuits. He would tell people he's an entrepreneur. But the word emperoros is an indication, not just a retailer. Somebody just sells something. But it's those like Mr. here at eBay. $137 billion. He got to split some of that with that wife. You understand? He's got a legion of the best of lawyers. And she does too. He is not talking about Bubba's fatback biscuit shop, a Willis greasy shop, shade tree shop. He's talking about those like the Apples that have investments not just in Apple telephones, in everything. In every kind of mind, every kind of resource, every kind of system. They own news media and everything. Because they must take control over your mind. They must command how you think, show you how to think, because they're going to adjudicate everything. That's what they do. The cell phone tells you how to think. The computer. And that's just a fact.
Hallelujah.
He's not talking the words here, improros. Doesn't mean someone that has a retail shop. You can go down and buy some bubble gum. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about those that are powerful merchants, conglomerates that their span is worldwide. Is Apple span worldwide?
Yes.
IBM span worldwide. Bank of America is not worldwide. Come on, nation. It's not that little bank, that little black bank in Charlotte. They're still open though. I used to bank there for the assembly. And I asked them to loan me the money to buy this building. This was a quad boy of Esau, as you would say. He said, preacher, I can tell you how to get this building free. You become a member of the Southern Baptist, I'll put you in touch with the people. I can get it for you free. I said, I don't want to be a part of the Southern Baptist. He said, I'll sell it to you for $25,000. Just buying the building, I saw how progressive it was around there. That building today would be over $1 million. More than that. So we had at least over half of that much money in the bank. They wouldn't loan it to me. I said, man, look, even if you invest and take it from me, if I lose it tomorrow, just for that alone, you're going to have an investment that is going to pay off. Have you go and look? They would not do it. And so Yah calls the woman that you will call a daughter of Esau. He said, preacher, I like you. You take this building. You tell me what you want to pay a month. In Charlotte? I like you, preacher. What woman? He gives me favor with men.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Because it was her fiance that one of the managers that interviewed me at IBM, he said, oh man, that's a wonderful man. I like him. Because he likes sports and I do too. Let me get back to this. He says in Revelation, he says, of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. Over this whore, her failure, over Babel. I can't get this, I need that. You ain't got no money, I can buy that. That's some daughters of Zion will go off on their husband. Yes, they will. Men will get insane because he doesn't have enough money. They will weep over her. No man! Does it say no man?
Yes.
Does it say some men?
No man.
No man. Does it say some men?
No.
No man. We got to understand what buy and sell is. No man buys their gomos, their merchandise. And when the word gomos is the freight ships that come in, those ships that come from China, that largest one that's made, it's a Norwegian ship. That thing, it brings enough cargo, but it can take care of the whole city of Atlanta overnight. That's how huge it is. Massive. Massive. And I'm talking about, you run a little truck from Bubba's job to feed someone that, no man. Now let me ask you a question. If I run Bubba's fatback greasy pork shop, how do I buy when no man can buy? Well, you ain't right. No man can buy their merchandise. Oh, shut. Does it say anymore?
Yes.
No more. What are you going to buy? You going to buy food? Well, I got that covered too. I got that covered. The only way people are going to be able to buy their redemption is say, I will receive that doctrine, I will receive the lie, and then you will have that liberty to move within that circle of death and hell. It's not how much you buy, no grapefruit. It's not nation. No man can buy their merchandise anymore. Now we must understand what the merchandise is. We're going to clarify all that. Ezra tells me here, the merchandise of the end time. 3rd Ezra. 3rd Ezra, chapter 16. 3rd Ezra 16:39. He talks about this great plague of death. Even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth. There is nothing like the hand of your death, and the stench of diseases and death. There's nothing like it. It's coming upon the earth, and it says, and the world shall mourn. 3 Ezra 16:39. Does it say the world shall mourn? It says, and the world shall mourn.
Yeah.
And the world shall, the whole earth shall mourn. Sorrow shall come upon every side. Did it not say that they shall weep and mourn here in Revelation? Because when she comes down, it says that in Revelation, the earth shall weep and mourn over her. Does it say that?
Yeah.
It says the earth. It says in Ezra, and the world shall mourn. Does it say that?
Yes.
You cannot understand Torah without identifying the same phraseology of one chapter or one verse throughout the continuance of Torah. You can't teach another way. And then he says, shall come upon every side. And then Yah says, oh, my people.
Yes.
He said, I want you to listen, to hear, to learn. He said, hear my word. I want you to make yourself ready for the battle. And then he says, in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Now, are we called pilgrims upon the earth? We are pilgrims. But yet he said there's a dimension of pilgrims that are so evil, so violent. It's nothing like when we get together, we talk crazy and foolishness, and we debate folly and frivolity, and it doesn't even make sense. And we all go away dumb and stupid and ignorant. Then he says this, he that sells, let him be as though he that flees away. What are you going to sell? You can't sell yourself for some kind of bartering. You can't sell yourself for service. And he that buys as one that will lose. What are you going to buy? You're going to buy? How are you going to buy and sell? How are you going to buy yourself, redeem yourself? Who are you going to sell yourself? He is our kinsman redeemer, YHWH. He redeems us. He is our kinsman. You cannot even be brought back under YisraYah'ale, the law. A cousin or a family member could buy you back if you were sold unto YisraYah'ale, or even a stranger. And there were those that were sold unto strangers. And they would sell themselves. And the nation was just as tormented and ignorant against their own. Even the strangers would treat them even better. And that's a fact. That's a fact. He said they will lose. And this is the catalyst in verse 42. He that occupies merchandise. He that has the socha, that occupies merchandise. Those that traffic. Those that make gain. Those that make abundance or profit. You're not making profit at Bubba's Spoon Porkhouse. You're living. That's it. He said, as he that has no profit by it. What are you going to profit? You're going to sell yourself? You don't profit. You're going to buy? There is no profit to be made. It's going to make you healthy? And he that builds, as he that shall not dwell therein. Building a house, you're building on your own ignorance of knowledge. You think you're smarter than Yah. And I'm going to live in the comfort of my knowledge and the truth that I know. It's not that way, people. It's not that way. I want to drop down quickly to verse 47. I want to quote. You read the whole book of 3rd Ezra. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery. So you think they're robbers now. If we actually believe that concept, if they're robbers now, you tell me that the hood boys from that enclave in New York City said, we're going to throw him down. We ain't got no time to take no mark. This is how stupid. We're not getting no chip in our hands. That is so insanely ignorant. The Torah answers us as to the mark. It tells us, the more they deck their cities and their houses, their possession and their own persons, it's not going to be fortified. It's not going to relieve them. And it produces no comfort. You're going to eat, and yet you're going to be hungry.
Yes.
You know the concept of that is just asinine. I ask you all, hear me please. Who's going to work your fields? My friend and I was showing him the other day, that was a farmer. One of the largest farms in America in the northern Texas. The man, his children, his daughters were like them, like Sarai them. They worked 18 hours a day. They had those combines with GPS. Daddy said, you got to pick it up. And they went to school. And they worked. Who's going to harvest your beans? What beans are you going to buy? Who's going to raise your chickens if you believe that the contamination? You'll eat chicken then. And you will eat some pork then too. You may eat a rat or raccoon. You understand? No, Elazar said, I will not defile myself. I will die before I do it. Just let me die. Let me pine away. It doesn't make sense. Their thesis has no even practical knowledge even in that form. You understand? Let's go to the nuclear bombs, spewing the poison all over the world. That one nuclear reactor there in Chernobyl, that when it went down, there's nothing, there's no life there still to this day. Nothing but wolves and wild animals, and the population has risen tremendously. All kinds of birth defects and all of that. What are we going to grow? Please tell me. You tell me the merchants, their supplies are going to be grown in greenhouses, and so even that's what the rich, poor, bond-free all must have the same logic of thinking.
Yes.
It's kill or be killed. It's cutthroat. It's all me, myself, and my I. And that's why a daughter and a mama or father and a son, they will kill each other. This is what he's talking about, nation. It's not what these ignorant simpletons of fools are saying. It's not that. Period. Period. Where are you going to buy food? The grid of your electricity, there's only one state in the whole USA they have their own electrical grid, and that's the state of Texas, not in California. We're tied on the same grid that New York. Where when the power was shown to go around New York, it's out here. Along the East Coast and the Midwest, we all tied to the same power source. These conglomerates, stupidity, raise all of your power. This is how dumb we are. And this is how ignorant we think. You understand?
Yes.
So when it goes out New York, it's going out here. And if it's done by the nuclear bombs and power, what water are you going to drink? What are you going to buy? I mean, just think about that. You believe that, my friend. Listen to your conveyors of false lies. What are you going to drink? I'll put me some bottled water. You think you got bottled water, that plastic is already poisonous. It's cheap, must it come from China.
Yes.
It's poisonous, it's porous. Are you that silly? It's going to go down to the deepest of wells. Nuclear fallout goes down to the deep waters. Our well 176 foot deep. It's already, that's why we can't use that water, because there's uranium in that. I couldn't think of it, but it's uranium. And even the person said no, it may not cause cancer now, but down the road. That's what's in it. And it's just the process of that through the limestone. Tell me what you going to buy, water? You going to buy bottled water? This is how crazy we is. This is how dumbed down we've become. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
This is what he says. And ask us the question, what are we going to buy? Let's go back to Revelation 18:12. This is what the merchants, listen. Well, look what it says in Revelation 18:12. And the Gomos, or those that are in charge of this world's freight of everything. Of everything. It's amazing that it used to be you order something from China, it would take you 2 months. Now you can get it in a few days. If you want to go by the cheap way, it'll take you between 15 20 days. You get it. Because there are thousands of freighters, airlines that do nothing but service the heaven. How do you fly? When there's no air petroleum, no, it's just crazy. You understand, nation? It says, and the merchants of gold, this is important to remember, and silver and precious stones, of pearl, fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, and all fine wood, and all matters of vessels of ivory, and all matters vessels of the most precious wood. And he says brass, and iron, and marble. That's what he says. These are the things that the merchant sell. I give you the merchandiser of the greatest thing we can buy, all right? This is what we need to buy. We talk about merchandise, right?
Yes.
We talk about merchandise?
Yeah.
We need this merchandise. You hold that in Revelation, we're going back there. But I will show you the merchandise. And if it doesn't qualify it as merchandise, shut your book and walk out from this fool that's sitting here, all right? This is what this is the wisdom of Shalom concerning the merchandise of Yah. See, the merchants have merchandise, do they not?
Yes.
But this is the merchandise of Yah. Proverbs 3:13. Proverbs 3:13. It says, Eshir, Oshir, Eshir, happy, and that is the blessedness of Yah. Happy is the man that finds wisdom, hukmah. And the man that gets tabun, man that gets intelligence of wisdom, that is a happy man. You understand that? Yeah. He's a happy man. Why? For her merchandise. Did you say that?
Yes.
For her merchandise.
Yes.
For her merchandise. And all of these merchants, their merchandise, they were made rich by, were they not? Yah said you were made rich too by this merchandise. And our merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver. Was that one of the things that the merchandise of the wicked? Better than silver?
Yes.
And the gain thereof is greater than fine gold. This is the merchandise that we need. We need to get wisdom of Torah. We need to get understanding of Torah. We need to have the tabun of Yah. We need to have the tabun. We need to be intelligent. Our thinking must be intelligent according to the strong construct of Torah. They are merchandise, isn't it? We must have wisdom of the time, nation. We must understand the time that we are in. We must understand the battle. We must understand what is the truth and what is a lie. And not most, what we hear today, it is based upon nothing but lies. It has not come, listen to me. It has not listened to me. These kinds of concept, they have not come from those that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, unquote. It has not. It has come from the same paradigm of those that they call the sons of Esau. They've got all those lies from them. They've got all those lies from them. And they're writing in some book. These are liars that will say that. Of course, they're prophets of the Lord, so the Lord talks to them. Forgive me, my friends, I do apologize. Yah's not talking to this dumb, stupid generation. He's spoken once.
Yes.
Yet he speaks again, but it's about the power of his dumb, of YHWH. And that's a fact. Yeah. I will make you uncomfortable, don't worry. You want to stretch where you don't need to stretch. You understand? Truth will do that to you. That's just a fact. What do you want to buy? Well, you haven't answered my question, man. I will show us. Well, it doesn't say in my bread or meat. Oh, it does. It does. It does. What merchandises are going to be coming in America? Who's going to do your farming? Please tell me. Who's going to grow your corn or your wheat? You think that the wheat in these fields, let's take it by your scenario. If folks will steal watermelons, who's going to guard the field so nobody will steal? When Hugo came through or any of the storms, you didn't have enough forces to stop those people from ramshack and taking television. So the concept of that is just flat out stupid. You understand? You get a horde, you get those folks in New York, that concentration of massive people. You don't have enough lawmen. You don't have enough weaponry. Because a man says, like the Ethiopians, they say, I'd rather die than be hungry. So there's nothing, I'm going to die anyway. So you can shoot your guns and your powerful weapons as us as being pirates. I'm going to die of hunger, so I'd rather die trying to get some bread. Now you tell me, what are you going to buy? Come on, listen. You tell me that a city like New York, every store that's trying to sell some hamburger, you got tens of thousands hungry in it? Hell no. I said that way. We tearing the doors off. 5 or 6 get shot, that's it. You got to reload, and they're stomping on your head. You see how stupid that analogy is? They're stomping you down in the ground. They're not worried about dead chicken. They're going to take over your chicken supply. Go tear the doors off. You see how ignorant that concept is? It's stupid. It's crazy. I'm talking about buying no chicken. I don't care if you're out of the mix, got your weapon shooting, you got 10,000 people tearing down your door because they're hungry. They'll step on those because you got that one. You didn't get me. We're going to tear this mother up just for food. Do you see how the sensibility of that truth is? And all of this they're saying, what you going to buy, what you going to sell. It's stupid. It's stupid. They don't even have to take the wheat. They eat it like that. If you're hungry, you eat wheat. I said to the young ones, we're going to get some locusts this year. I'll show you. I'll do something for you. You can eat that. I said, we don't eat some. I said, I don't eat it, but I'll eat some with you all. Only thing we have to do is take the wings off. I'll roast them and sprinkle a little salt on them. Huh? Anything you buy has got some kind of bug form life in it. Because it's allowed so many million parts per. Don't be silly. You got ground up bugs in there. You may have ground up rat meat in there. Stop that. We're such a people living in such unrealistic terms. We don't realize that. This is how immature we are. And this is how we are. So what are you going to buy? Please tell me. What would someone in New York buy? What is the mode of transportation to get the supplies in there? Hell, when it snows heavy up there, they buy a piece of bread. Well, we're not going to get a truck in for 3 days. Can't get in. Pray, daughters, that our flight be not in the wintertime. Yes. Can't grow no food, but we can grow some cabbage here. We can grow some collards here. They take nothing like collard greens and cornbread. That's enough. You got all your vitals essential in those collard greens. That's fact. Yeah. So how is it, nation, that those say they're going to buy, you're not going to be buying and sell unless you take them out, you take a chip. So if you believe that World War III now, let's put it in perspective. You believe there's going to be a massive war, Babel, in what hour she's going to fall? What? Your banking system. How are you going to manage your wireless system today? Tell me. For America to stay in contact with Europe, there are cables that are bigger than that under the ocean. And they run all over the floors of the bottom of the ocean. That's how they do it. Although they got satellites, but they need those cables. And there are massive cables all over the floor of the ocean. That's how they communicate. That's how they dialogue. That's how they transfer. They don't transfer money, they transfer numbers. So please tell me, how are you going to buy? What are we going to buy? So you tell me This devil that doesn't give a damn about anyone, you just going to go and say, swipe this, and what are you going to pay with? What are you going to sell? Your scepter? I don't need you. I got 10,000 like you. I remember Mr. P, we had a conversation. Mr. P was a very brilliant man. He was smart. That white boy was smart. He would build machines all over the world. He showed me a picture. This man had traveled the world. You would never think that the way he talked. It's his country. Hillbilly. What do you think about my flag? Except I said, I don't give a. You can fly anything you want to. He just looks at me. I said, I don't care what you fly out there. I want to buy these cars from you. He fell in love with me. If he'd have had $20,000, I could have gotten it from him. That's right. He would have gave it. That's right. Son of Esau now. He give us favor. He would have. I'm not a beggar. Beg you for nothing, Mr. P. Anything you go beg me, and he would have to come to me. Preacher, please, can you help me? Yes, sir, for you, anything, man. I like you. This is how stupid we is. What are we going to buy? Please. How long do you think that little bit of water you got? That is so immature. We're going to have confidence in you. I'm going to eat bread all the days of my life. I'm going to eat the bread of the truth of YHWH. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. What are we going about? Revelation chapter 18, verse 12. It talks about the merchandise of the wood and all of that and the precious thing. And we know what merchandise we're going to buy. We're going to buy the merchandise of wisdom. Because it's greater than the silver and gold. And because these things, silver and all of that, these are the merchandise. And fine gold, not just go fine gold. But that's going to be our merchandise. Revelation again, 18:13. Well, what about meat? Well, okay, look, listen to this, Revelation 18:13. These are the merchants of cinnamon, incense, ornament, frankincense, wine. Now, that's a powerful teaching. I intended to add, but I'll wait on that some other time. And oil, and fine flour. You hear that? We get fine flour around from here, organic. It costs, but it's worth it. Yeah. Once a month they ship us 3 bags of that fine flour. It used to be a time I could get that flour. People up there, I don't even know if they're still there, are they? Call them and see what their prices are. I know, call again. It was a beautiful place. Our children would go there, pick up 100 bags of it. Fine flour, all organic. They were very kind people. These were the children of Esau, as you Hebrew Israelites would say. They were fine people. They would say to me, preacher, you know, don't worry about it. Should we go up there, I'm coming, pick up this. We'll have flour to the till. This flour that we get, it costs. So we need flour, don't we? I need it for my gravy, for my biscuit. I need it for my smothered piece of steak and ham. I need you to put a little on my fish. Yes, sir, I need that. I want some gravy made. You understand? I need that. So not only were you going to buy flour, okay, well, let's get down. And wheat. You don't have flour without wheat, do you? Let's go a little further. And bees. And sheep. Who doesn't like meat from the deer or the sheep? I love it. Sheep, horses, chariots, and not only that, but it says slaves, doesn't it? Yeah. Heaven. You're not going to even be able to sell yourself, man. Come on, nation, we're not going to be able to sell ourselves. And the nephesh of men. And the nephesh of men. Well, that has nothing to do with me buying food. Well, you need bread as a staple, isn't it? You don't have nothing but bread. You can make that work. You don't have nothing but flour. You can make gravy. You can make it work. Don't need a little bit, a lot. You got some bread. That bread, it just helps. It puts some fat on your bones. It does. Then it says in verse 14, and the fruit of your nephesh, the things that you love, your Haagen-Dazs, and all of that. I love me some Haagen-Dazs ice cream. That's right. Especially the pineapple. Every flavor they make is just right. It's real ice cream. Not that store brand. They were there before Tom and Jerry. Never taste Tom and Jerry ice cream. I haven't. But I know that Haagen-Dazs. She's right. Never been cheap, even in the days it wasn't cheap. But I locked me some Haagen-Dazs. Gave my little friend some. She said, that was so tough, Papi. I want some more of that. Well, you have money to buy you some. How about that? And the things that we care for, and all the things that were dainty and bright are pulled. They have departed. You want some fat biscuits? You want to run down to the corner store and get you some fried chicken? It's not going to be. This is what our soul lusts for. Our nefesh lusts for. And you shall find them, what it says, no more, no ochati. There will not be that. So what are you going to buy? Tell me, what are you going to buy? Lamb's meat? Oh, we're crazy. We're crazy. This is in the book right here. And you can't tell the people that they're going to be able to buy that. You can't tell them that. You will not even be able to buy any more, no more. There will be nothing there to buy. And that's a fact. No man will be able to buy and sell. No man will be able to redeem himself and say, look, I will work for you. I work for you. I will be your slave. See, this is what the Torah is talking about. It's not talking about no fried fat pack. It's not talking about fried chicken. It's not talking about that nation. Because there is no way a throng of men that are hungry, a crowd, the only way that the police can keep off a large group of people, they have to use the tactic of frightening. And if the people came in waves, their bullets are going to end, and all things. My brother would tell me in Vietnam, baby boy, when they would come in waves. Jacques and Thomas, y'all would tell me, Riyadh. And this man would cry like a baby. And my brother said to my oldest brother, he's deceased now. He said, baby boy, I was bad. He wasn't a big man, but he had that M60 machine gun. And you kick off about 500-600 rounds in that, it turned redder than blood. The barrel gets so red. And you got a glove that you got to take the barrel off, drop that one and put another barrel and just keep. He said, I was so bad. I could fire, snatch the barrel, put the other with one hand. He said, I said, baby boy, you the baby boy. Now, I ain't no way, because I was shot that gun on tripods on the ground. The bullets are that long. She's a powerful boy. And every 7th round was a trace. You will know whether you're in the target. Every 7 when you see that, and that's the way she will. That's old technology. She would just do that all day long, changing the barrel. He said, I could do that. He said, but baby boy, when they would come in waves, he said, they're going to get you. And by the time you take that barrel off and put another, there's a wave already on you. And by the time you got to switch the barrel, they're on you. And they'll give up 50 men just to get you. He said, that's the way they work. And so you tell me a man that's dying. And when the Torah says to them, this ought to convince you of nothing else. If they said they're going to buy water and all of that, when it says here that in Revelation 18:13, the horses and all of that we lust for and our nefesh. And then it says in 14, all and the brightness, they should depart from you, and you shall find them no more. At all. Not you should find them, but at all. You're not going to be able to go and find no lamb chops. My natural sister called me about 2 weeks ago when the 2 cousins died in the fire. And she said, oh, that's what I want to see about. I need you to give me some lamb chops. I said, we don't do lamb chops here. I said, if I did, I wouldn't give you no lamb chops. We butcher deer, we just eat. We butcher goat, we eat goat. We butcher a sheep, we eat sheep. I'm not cutting out no backstrap and nothing for you. Well, I just want to say, well, we don't do lamb chops here. That's just a fact of the matter. So you're not going down to Bubba's Fat Shop and getting no lamb chop. And if Bubba got that big cow in the window there, and you got 10,000 people that are hungry, and all Bubba got is his Mac 7, Bubba got to reload, and we're going to tear the mother up. We're going to tear the doors out. We're going to knock the door. We're going to break the back door. There ain't nothing Bubba can do but run for his backside. It's what a man said you can't buy. You can't redeem yourself once your soul to this wickedness of your own mind. You can lay on your bed all you want to and say at the last minute, I'm going to get right. Lord Jesus, get me right. Lord Jesus, help me, save me. You're lying. Yeah. There's nothing to buy, nation. Don't let the people lie to you. Don't let the people tell you that this formidable government, you don't have to govern the people by a governor. The people are governed, come on, the internet governs the people today. Yes. Their minds are wrapped up in YouTube and MySpace and Facebook and everything. It's just a fact of the matter. That's what rules them. That's what governs the people. They got time for Facebook, MySpace, everything but y'all's time. Yeah. We don't have time for that. It's not going to be in my house. And that's a fact. Not going to happen. I'm not trying to get in touch with no one. I want to be like him. I want to get in touch with him. So what is it, people? Listen to me. What are we going to buy? What marker? Or someone said we got a chip. It says a mark. Something that is engraved. It is like the branding of a horse or cow. Come on, nation. And just because you got that, someone said, I'll work for you. They're going to trust you? Oh, this is so crazy. This is crazy. It's insane, isn't it? It's just nutty. There's even no thesis or logic behind that. When everything I just read disproved that. They will have no meat. Can I do that one more time, please? Yeah. It says here, first of all, the cinnamon, the incense, Revelation 18:13, the ornament, the frankincense, the wine, the oil. You need all the you need all the fry anything. You can't fry fish with that oil. You get that pan too hot, you're going to mess it up. You're going to burn it up. You roast it on fire, but I want my fish fried. Yeah. And I want it fried in grease. You understand? That's the way I want it. I don't want it baked. But if I have to in that day, I'll eat it baked if I'm around. Flour, this is the merchandise of the merchants. Wheat and beef, I don't care if it's a beefalo, buffalo, I don't care if it's a wagyu, I don't care if it's Kobe beef. It makes no difference. This is the merchandise. I don't care if it's tuna fish. That tuna, one fish would sell for $1 million. How do you make money out of it? That's a fact. Then the sushi market there in Japan, they come from all over the world and buy their tuna. That's right. To eat it raw. Sushi. And sheep, I'm glad we got some sheep so we can butcher them. We need to butcher more sheep and eat more sheep. We got too many. Butcher cow and horses and chariots. How are you going to plow a field without horses? We have no oil. How are they going to plow up a field? Just think of this. And drop. I was sure, my friend, I said that this one farm had 64,000 acres. Do you understand what that is? I say Agmacos. 64,000 acres is 110 miles square. I say that's just like running from here to Monroe one way, going that far the other way, coming back the other way that far, and coming over. You think you can go out there in a day and do that? No. With your combines? You don't harvest the wheat and that in one day. You go 24/7 until everything is dropped. And when you put out the soil, you go 24/7 until every seed is in the ground. You understand? That's how it goes. Someone running that combine 24/7. I say, can you imagine the combine going? You figure they go about, what, 20 miles an hour? Some of them go a little faster with the new technology. Maybe 30, that's it. But you got something that wide. You got something that long. That breadth all the same. Who's going to harvest it, my friends? Who's going to put it out? You think those big combines run off water? And what little stuff bubble shop up there in New York City or Beaumont, Maryland, they're going to knock the doors down. Them folks down there in the hood say, you treated us like this. We come in the kitchen, I ain't taking, yet they're going to say, I ain't taking nothing. I'm kicking everything down. I'm taking your meat, I'm taking everything. And ravishing and raping. This is how stupid we are. It says, all of those things, the dangers and the breaks are departed from you, and you shall find them. You're not going to find beef. You're not going to find bread. You're not going to find flour. But we as a nation, we're going to eat the bread. The lecture.
Hallelujah.
We're going to eat on the promises of Yah. Because we have the merchandise that is greater than gold and silver. It is fine gold. And that is the wisdom of Yah. And we have the tabun. We have the intelligence of that. We don't try to. It's the tabun. And the tabun, the intelligence that is from here. It's not with you trying to figure something out. Or you're allowing the chashish. Forget him. Just go and eat that and die. I'm not going to eat the body of Yahshua. That bread and I'll die. Die to my will, my sin, out unto my pleasure. That's what it's all about. It's not about what these men are saying on the corners. It's not about what the Hebrew Israelites are saying when they have robbed, obfuscated, and stole from the one they call Esau. They knew nothing about a chip. Chip didn't come into play to 1961, 1971, 82 when I was at IBM. They were not much smaller than that. Little bit of chip and salad, grain of rice. I remember that in the 80s when it really began to flow. Nobody in the 60s was talking about no chip, the mark of the beast. What, 62, One West they established? They weren't talking about no chip. And everyone that identified with the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, it comes from that group of people in the sense. I am YisraYah'ale. Esau is a Hebrew. Esau came out of the same loin as Yaakov. Yes. So if Esau is the white boy, the Hebrews. Fact of the matter, were they brothers?
Yes.
Came out of the same bet and belly?
Yes.
Was Abraham a Hebrew?
Yes.
Was Terah his dad a Hebrew? And all those that do that religion was a Hebrew. So people are so stupid, they can't even argue the fact that Esau was Ishmael. Abraham was a Hebrew. Was he birthed out of Ham? He's a Hebrew.
Hallelujah.
According to your Hebrew theses, the Father is the one that is the sign of the insignia of the progeneration. Yeah. Come on, Hebrews, come on and fight me. I'll tell you little theses out. Esau was a Hebrew. He was a Hebrew. If he'd have been born like a white boy, as they say, a white boy, then they would say he got leprosy. He looked just like Yaakov. What was leprosy? When the skin would turn. Was it so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have known. This is how stupid this ignorant mindset is. That's how stupid it is. That's how stupid it is. We are the promise of Abraham, who was a Hebrew. He was not even a YisraYah'ale. The promises came by the way of a Hebrew. The promises came by the way unto a Hebrew.
Hallelujah.
And Yah did not leave Esau undone, neither Ishmael or any of the sons of Abraham.
Hallelujah.
And out of that lineage he chose one that was named Yaakov. To be the insignia that Yah has prevailed for you. That's what YisraYah'ale means. Yah has prevailed for us.
Yes.
So all the sons of Abraham, you believe that the father is the one that the one that caused the seed to be fertilized, that his DNA is the signature of the mark of the offspring. I buy that from you for the argument of this. I buy it. And although it takes the same amount of DNA from the mother as it does the father. So if a Hebrew Israelite deals with a woman you call the sons of Esau, and out of that, it produced one just as black as me. And then that one produced one just as, his skin color just like my friend in the back. How would you know he's a Hebrew Israelite? And when he got a Hebrew daddy. Abraham was a Hebrew. Abraham was a Hebrew. Abraham was a Hebrew. He was not a YisraYah'ale. He begins with that man. He didn't begin with Yitzhak. He began with Yaakov, the ear snatcher. That's how these men are just ignorant. It's pathetic. It's so pathetic, it's a shame. And you want to be a teacher when you ought to be taught? I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You out there and you in here. You understand?
Hallelujah.
I'm not afraid of any man. Now you may whip the fire to me. I have no problem with that. I'm not going to put you in a position where you're going to have to hit me. Because you're not going to hit me. So I will not hit you. You're definitely not going to put your hands on me. You understand? That's all I'm saying. So we can just throw that out of the window before you come and doing me some harm. If you want to sit down and debate this, let's debate it. Tell me what you want to debate. I've forgotten your bishop down. Someone that's a friend of bishop. You hear me talking. You listen. You sneak to listen. Let bishop know I said that. I've forgotten his lines. So there will not even be those things for you to buy. So you know it's not buying food. No man will be able to buy nor sell lest he has the mark. Lest he has the mark of the beast. If there is no bread to buy, what are you going to buy? From that concept, you can't buy your freedom. From under this sadistic mind, you can't do it. You can't sell yourself to no man and say, I will work for you. Why would I pay you that? When I got them big strong boys out there that'll work for a third of what you'll work for, boy. Now decide what kind of exchange is going to be. What kind of system is going to extract information from here. It can't be but a few. Bubba's Fatback place will not have that. Not every place have debit. They don't let everybody do that. This is how stupid. Wake up in here. This is how crazy we is. This is how dumb we become. The only thing I do is go scar the heart, all this help. Ah, that's crazy. He said a mark. He said a mark.
Yeah.
Don't let them trick you all. Don't let them lie to you, my friends. They're fake, they're phony, and above all, they're stupid and dumb. Tell them, YisraYah'ale said that. They can find me. They can call me in area code 843-658-6222. You can find me. I'm not hard to find. You're not going to find no one in America today to teach something this simple. No. It's understandable too.
Hallelujah.
Now you'll find a fool that say, well, you know, it doesn't. No, it means just what he said. I don't need, have I had to add to this? No. I haven't had to add nothing to this, have I? You will not even find them no more at all. That solidifies it. What is he talking about no more at all? He's talking about the things that preceded, that was above that. He's talking about sheep and horses. He's talking about ivory, marble, and your fine places. That's what he's talking about. Yes. You're not going to be able to buy bread. You're not going to be able to make bread. So let us, YisraYah'ale, let us consume this lecture. Bread.
Yeah.
And when it's time to lay down your life, you lay it down. Yeah, because you know you're going to pick it up. You know you're going to pick it up. This makes sense to the greatest of fools. They may fight it. And the way the government controls the mind today, it is a combination. Well, that's all that YHWH is. We're going to go over all of that, all right? I'm leading up to this 2019 year. You understand?
Yes.
Yah's not slack in his promises. Now, 400 years, now it's all kinds of excuses now. So how can you be the Hebrew Israelite? I heard one say, well, he's not talking about the Hebrews in America. He's talking about the Hebrews all over the world. Well, you all believe that were Hebrew Israelites all over the world. Now, they changed the scope. I've heard that. I say, look at these devils. I am YisraYah'ale. I've been birthed through the loins of that man. Although that man produced them, the promises and the lineage of overcoming came to him. That one. Not Yitzhak, but Yaakov. Esau was birthed from him, but he's not an Israelite. But he is a Hebrew. He is a Hebrew. And the man of YisraYah'ale, man of the daughters of Esau. And they made Hebrew too. They made Hebrew Israelite. That's right. I told him, don't. Pretty guys. You're fine. They married the Hamites and all. I said, don't do it. He said, yeah, I know, but I tell you, that's a pretty black woman. Young, talking common sense.
Yes.
And they married women of all degrees. Of every nation.
Yes.
All over.
Yes.
From the whitest of white to the blackest of black.
Yes.
The tallest of Watusi, the shortest of pygmy. That's right. This is how stupid this world is.
Yes.
That's how dumb it is. I'm going to close here. I'm a little early, but that's all right. None of the fruits that we desire that our nephews lust for, there will be no more. Revelation 18:15. And look what it says here. This is important. It says the merchant of these things.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes.
Bubba's Fatback Shop is not a merchant. He is not one that has the ability. Bubba's Fatback Shop is just a simply little old Bubba's Fatback Shop. He's not an emperor Rose that brings in the ship from around the world. He's not bringing in just a little duffel bag of frankincense. He's bringing it in about the metric tonnage. He can supply a whole region overnight. We have to understand that. And it says that the merchants of these things were made rich by her, by this Baal spirit, by confusing the people, by abiding in her ways, lies and corruption. They shall stand afar off in that hour. For what? For the fear and torment, weeping and wailing. I had my business there. Where is it? I had everything invested. You've heard people say, all my investment was there. Yes. And it's all gone. I don't have nothing. I didn't have no insurance or nothing. And they're going to look and say, oh my, there's no ships. Where are the laborers? The laborers shall be few. Where do we find men? Yes. You won't even be able to sell yourself into indenture or slavery ship to work for your babies in your house. You will not. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Yes. Mr. P. Eddie Powell said, preacher, I forgot that aspect. When we will go to places like Indonesia, I had to design, and all my machinery was designed for that country. I said, Mr. P., how you do that? He said to me, preacher, when all the fellas are smoking dope weed and doing their thing, he said, I was up in a hotel room in my house laying, and I would read the manuals and read the books, and I learned how to do it. He could design stuff that was insane. He would design it for the rain, for the terrain. Mr. P was a smart man. And he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars back then. He may go to someone like, he said, preacher, when we go somewhere like India, China, he said, we don't even fabricate our machine. Because it costs you $1,000 an hour, $2,000 or $3,000 in a country like that. He said, we'll go out and hire thousands of people. Thousands. He paid them $5 a day. He said they would bring that crude shovel. He said they would do a better job than the machine. That's what he told me. Mr. P is dead. And I know he didn't lie to me. Because he showed me pictures of all over the world. Singapore, every country you can name. Mr. P had been there. He didn't have no college education. I don't even know if he finished high school. But what he did, design those systems of wick and making sure that when you put bridges, you can put it in the water. He would design your system whereby the waters and the wick of it will not even corrode the concrete. He was a bad boy. And I remember sitting at his table one day, just looked. I said, Mr. P, you designed that? He said, yeah. No engineering, no school. He didn't. I said, Mr. P, I said, that's just something. That was in Indonesia. That was in India. He said, we go out, we were hired. He said, it will cost us more just to fire up the machines we had there than to go out and get 5,000 men and pay them $5 a day. And he said they worked. Man who drives a machine needed a break. He said they never break. There'll be waves of them. And they would clean it out just like you wanted. Shovels, crude shovel. And they had to bring all their own shovel. So you won't even be able to sell yourself for that. You won't even be able to sell yourself. You can't even purchase yourself. You can't buy nothing. And it will not be meat and bread for you to buy. You won't get no rotis. And you're not going to get that little Caribbean little, you're not going to get that. That's a fact. They're going to cry, they're going to weep, and they're going to wail. And this is what they're going to say, verse 16. They would say, my. They're not going to say, my, alas, alas. That great city. We're going to deal with that great city. We're going to deal with this woman, this hoe. Believe me, we're going to deal with her. That great city that was clothed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, decked with gold and precious stone and pearls. She was a fine city. He says this in verse 17. For in 1 hour, Revelation 18:17. For in 1 hour, not one day, for in 1 hour, so great riches have come to Remoos. They have come to nothing. They're desolate. They're laid waste. There's nothing to recoup. Nothing. There is no brain trust. How do you get a ship from China? How do you retrieve oil from the ground? How do the Arabics send their merchant ships with oil? How does Trinidad send their oil ships of the world? Tell me, it's not going to be. It's just a fact. So you need to stop the lie telling the people. One thing that Yosef knew in the famine, he went all over YisraYah'ale to find the grain, the wheat, the flowers. That's what he did. And he built a storehouse. We are in the storehouse. That's why you bring and send your tithes and your offerings unto the supper messenger of Yah, that there may be meat, that there may be all we need in the times of great desolation. That's what you do, nation. That's what you do, people. In 1 hour, she's going to crumble. And it says, all of her riches, they have come to Eremo. They're desolate. They lay waste. They've come to ruin. There's nothing like a $1 million combine in the field. Can't move. Can't run. No part. Just that little small dial. Can't run. It rots. And the wheat overgrows. And the tear overtakes it. It falls to the ground. Come on, nation. It's not about bread. We've had enough bread to last us all 40 days. If nothing else, you can fast 40 days and you'll be ready to die. Like YHWH. It's not about bread. It's not about meat. It's not about you putting back your water. We're not here to try to put up supplies that last us 3.5 years. We're here to learn how to love each other, be care for each other, and stay with each other. And one can change 1,000, us together we can get the devil rolling. We're not trying to hide from no one, but don't mess with us. YHWH will fight our battles. Hallelujah. She has come to know it. And this is the catalyst. And not some in the lot. Does it say every? Does it say every? So every includes some 80% or 100%. It says every shipmaster. How many shipmasters you think there are in the world? How many men you think can take that cargo ship that you can put 5,000 containers on it? Understand the ocean dynamics. And it's not much about the GPS, but they can look at the swirls of the sea. They've been taught. They can look at the patterns of the sea and all of that and tell you which way, what is coming. How many shipmasters? How many men that are captains that can really do that? How many in the countries? You don't have many what they call captains or shipmasters in the world. You don't. It comes by volume of years of experience. How many men do you think could take a ship and maneuver through the barren seas? There's no sea in the world like it. It claims thousands, hundreds of men every year. Whole ships go down and the waves, but those seas are rich in money. And the merchants go there for the fish, for the crabs, those cold waters. And of course, you call him Esau, he's talking about building a bridge from Russia to Alaska. Between that little strait there. It's only like 98 miles. No from here to Columbia. Is that crazy though? But yet they have the technology to do it. You understand?
Yes.
And no fish like to fish from the barren seas. Cold water, everything freezes. And the waters are treacherous. And the shipmasters, and O-A-L-L, has in the Greek, coal in Hebrew, and all in English, and all the company in ships, and the soldiers, and many as trade by sea, stood afar off. Where does everything come from today? Ingredients, because it's cheap. It comes by the sea. Where does the commodities come from? It comes by sea. Trying to buy their soy from America, their corn. Cuba buy their corn from America. I've never liked that. These dirty dogs, they're bastards, will not sell those people corn unless it was cash. So the Marion boat lives in all of them. Mr. Castro, he would say, let some go. I know they're leaving. But they're going to send money back, American dollars, for their people. And that's what they do. People from islands like that, unless someone has no attachment or cares for no one, they're going to send money back to their people. They are. It's just a fact, because they know they're poor. He would say, let them go. Because if we let 600, and it was one thing at that time for the Cubans, if you line that ship, there would be agency everywhere. The only thing you had to do is make it to dry ground. And that was nothing they could do. Tell the Mexicans, you come on the wall, we're going to blow you out. See the unfairness? How unfair? The Cubans, all they had to do, and I've seen clips in the days, boy, those young men, the women, boy, they didn't bring nothing. They picked that youngin' up and the agent tried to run them down, and they would run, they would have kinfolk. No, she's on that ground. There's nothing they could do. They could get asylum. The only thing they had to do was touch. They couldn't be in the water. They cut them in the water, they're going back on the boat. And they risk everything to sell to this country. They risk everything. She's a dirty whore.
Yes.
America.
Yes.
But there's a conglomerate of people from all over the world in this dirty Jezebel.
Yes.
True.
And even the Hebrew Israelites, if they weren't selfish and greedy dogs and did not have some care and don't give a damn about each other, they could own cities. The Arabics are doing that up in Michigan. They buy up cities whereby they don't even let people of my color in there. They don't want you in their cities. They refurbish them. Where are these Hebrew Israelites? In New York. Where are the Hebrew Israelites in Bmore? They got little whole houses like in South Carolina, in Charlotte and Columbia. Little whole houses, few like us. They're not doing anything. Because I'm a apostle. I'm a great man. We go around people every day that you go to job, you're complicit. You go do jobs, you don't ask the man if he's a Muslim. They saw the white boy, as you call him. I ought to get that tree down there. What are you charging? Well, it's going to cost you $3,200. That's the best you can do. I tell you what, today, I'm feeling warm today, and I like you, my friend. I like you. I'll tell you what, you've got to be an entrepreneur. Well, I got my own business. I know that's right. There ain't a man like you that the way that possess you got. Tell me what you charge me, what you will give me. Well, you said $3,200. I know it's even $3,000. I would take $3,000. But because you drop a hard bargain, I'm going to take $29.50. I tell you what, $29. There ain't no people smarter than the Hebrew. True YisraYah'ale.
Hallelujah.
You're not going to be able to buy nothing. No bread, no wine, no seasoning. Add a piece of meat without some salt and pepper, and what it done. I don't want no meat without some seasoning. Do y'all hear me? You cannot cook that Jamaican jerky without. You got to have the spice. So we're not the only thing, what this is all about now. You can't buy yourself from the bondage of this great destruction that's coming. It's by the hand of Yah. It is coming because we have no love for truth. We won't receive it. We won't open our hearts to Yah's truth. And for that reason, He's going to give us the delusion. We're going to continue this teaching. We'll be teaching on next week, on next SHABBAT. Not me. He's going to teach on Wednesday night. I'm tired. Hallelujah. You're not going to be able to do that by yourself. It's just a fact of the matter. You say what you want to. It's not buying bread. I just proved that. I didn't do what the book did. I didn't prove what the book did. Even logics will tell you, in a city like Charlotte, you got little one McDonald's over there, it would not take but a few people to go in there, kick the doors down and take everything. You know the logic of that is just crazy. I put my food back. Oh, eat it. You know, we're going to lose no weight there. That's for me on that one. Hallelujah. You send the taboo men that are intelligent, that can rightly divide the word of truth. These men lying to the people. I figured it out one day. With a population of 5 billion people, He did not say cause some of the men. Men can't be found, but every man. They got to receive that spirit. I don't care in the boonies of the deepest of conclaves. You must receive that mind and that idolatrous form. Me. It's about me. And that's the way we're kind of wired. And so the lies that have been taught to us by these, they call themselves Hebrew Israelites, all this have come from the Christian way. They're saying nothing no different than those that are Christian. They're saying nothing no different than those that are Christian. They're watching the Alex Joneses of the world and these damn dogs. I tell you what, Hebrew Israelite, bring me a picture of a place like Area 51. That's all they used to talk about. Now they don't talk about Area 51. The concentration camps. I will rent a vehicle. I know the vehicle I drive will not make it. I will rent a vehicle. I will pay for the hotel. We're going to go. And I guarantee you I can talk my way in. Now I don't care if it's the devil there. I go talk my way in. See, you're full of lies. Because there is no Area 51. Who's going to manufacture your lead, your bullets, your powder? Everybody hungry? The merchants of the world? You can buy that kind of stuff cheap from China. I was buying something the other day. I said, look what it's made. No. What I did, I said to the UPS driver, we're going to close. I said, you see that light out in the field there? That's an LED light. We built that about, what, 10 years ago? Simon the sorcerer did. He did a nice job in these streets. The boy was just, Simon, you making $120 an hour? I'd rather you repair something. But he could take something. No. The boy could. Can't take that away from me. He can make it work. Very cool. And even I liked him because, another he would disagree with him. I said, we can do that, right? Yes, sir. We can. That's okay. While others would say, I don't we can do that. I knew we could do it because someone has done it before. Anything that's been done, that can be done. All right? We built that, we purchased the little tiles and all of that. That was, you had worked on that thing. That light out there. Yeah. That light out there. Yeah. And the sort of them things, they would, I can't have been taking those 2 or 3 days. And you still hadn't finished. Street lights. LED street lights back then. You couldn't find one for under not $400, but $400. We didn't have that kind of money. And so that's why we bought those sodium. That's what we purchased those. That was the next best thing. So I said to the UPS driver, I said, you know what? There are 12 lights in this box. And they got 50,000 hours. I figured it all out, even at 14 hours a day, you got 10 years worth of light burning. I'll be old and probably checked out. I don't know. I want to be around to see them burn out. Yeah. As I purchased these, I see where they're from, don't you? Well, they came from New Jersey. Well, man, I know they come from New York. I could have bought them cheaper if I went to China, but I didn't want to take no money for them to come. I wanted to get one, so I got one for him. When he put that camera in the ground, I need him to make my little top for those posts where you put it down. We're going to concrete those nice posts we got over there, mount that camera up on there, run the wire. It's strong, got a light up there all the time. I said, they were like $400. I'm not exact. I searched. And you can find them. And the only place you can find them was like China. It's the only place. You can find them nowhere. You can find them. I know what I'm saying. And the luminous back then wasn't like it is now. That little thing got there. Stop it. As I purchased all these lights right here, I think 200, that's what we paid, $2 or $300. And the one I got to go up there, it was only like $20. Right? You couldn't have bought one 10 years ago. And we were going to try to make them. I said to Simon, we can't do that. We're not going to waste our time on that. And they have come down so cheap now. So what would that do? Every last one of these are coming down because it will cut our electric bill in a third. I'd rather invest that money than to have these. Everything is going to change. You understand? Now when I do the lights in there, we're going to get those. Now those are going to cost you around $300 a piece because they'll light up a city for the posse. So we have services outside the tabernacle, be enough light. Just like those lights on the football field. That's how it's going to look. You understand? It's going to look just like that. Be daylight out there. This is the beauty of knowing, folks say they know the Israelites hate each other. They can live with Esau that they love, but yet they say they hate him. And they go to their job, yes, sir, Mr. Esau. How you doing? Jakari, that's what I'm saying, right now, Jakari. That is saying like that? Yes, sir. I tell you what, boy, well, YisraYah'ale, I will promote you. I want you to be on that crew there. How about that? By the way, now don't you tell nobody. You don't raise on the hour. Yeah? You put them to work. You see how hypocritical that is? The hypocrites. I'm working for Israel, but yet you get food stamps. Oh, you want to get food stamps? You lay up in a subsidized house? I wouldn't do it. I would build me a shack in the woods. And I'm not lying to you. I will not take one nickel from this damnable Trump or anyone. I'm not a beggar. I'm not going to do it. Not going to take a food stamp. Wouldn't take one. Would not. I'm not going to beg. And these are the Hebrew Israelites. Many of the cities live in subsidized places. Government have paying their rent. And that they call a son. I'm not saying all of them. Many don't even work. Got what they call wives out there hustling. That's so evil, it's pathetic. That's so evil, it's pathetic. And you tell me that the white boys are going in there buying all the houses in New York or BMO, move outside of that. And they buying them, they're using the resources collectively. When he sold his house over there, it was a son, quote, of Esau that bought it, unquote. He was happy to pay him what he did. He was happy because it was just a location. It wasn't a house. He didn't want that house. He just wanted the frame. That was zoned under the old law. He didn't take the electricity out. He just renewed it. That's all he wanted. He didn't need the house. You tell me Hebrews that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, they can't buy one building together. You can't get 5 families in these assemblies, and all 5 of them deny themselves. Say, let's take the money. How much you paying for how your house paying the money? I'm paying $900. How much you paying? I'm paying $900. I'm paying $1,000, $1,500. I'm paying $1,000. There's a big old house out there. Let's buy it. We'll go from here. I've been in that. When the fellow under Israel, the elder Lindsay, he knew him. I went to the place that he bought. I went to his house that he lived in, a community in Augusta. It was a nice little house. Really was. I went to the house he purchased. He paid 100 something. I forgot what he paid for it. I went through that house, every step, and I showed him how he could have made 5 houses that are private in that house. Dining hall was nice. He had a garage that I said, this is the tabernacle here. You got 5 families there. You bond, you eating, you learning to love each other. You think that's too simple. That's love to do that.
Yes.
And learning how to endure each other. Care for each other. This is how all people know the world. It's not because you say you're a Hebrew Israelite. It's because you have love one for another. This all nation will know that you're my people. Not because you can talk that silly talk and you think you're tough. You're not tough.
Hallelujah.
This is how all men shall know you, my Talmud, that you have love, greater harbor, one for another, no other way. Not because of the color of your skin. Not because you say you're a Hebrew Israelite. Not because you say you can quote Torah. That's not how he said it. And I showed Andy how to do that house. I went through it. I went through that whole house. I went to the basement and said, wow, this is nice. I said, my wife and I can live here with no problem. You got a bathroom here. You got 2 huge rooms. You got space. We don't need that much. We can use it. You got a young brother and his wife, and he's paying $1,000 a month, or $800 a month rent. Just give that same $800. You don't have to worry about no food. We're going to pay for this house. He had a big old barn out there. Had a lake, a pond out there. My wife and I live on top of the barn. I'll refurbish it and everything. I'll take the barn, and I'll take the barn. I can put 2 places up here. He could have moved 7 families there. You think he did that? And this what came out of his mouth. That I said, wow, this cat is a mess. He knows me. He's not going to, he may even listen every now and then. My family's getting big. You got a little boy and you got a girl. You're white. That ain't no big family. And they're youngins. I said, you could stay where you live instead of going to all this debt. You're sinking all this money. This, it was, I think it had 15 acres. It was more than $100, like $200,000. I said, you could have stayed right there where you were staying. I said, the purpose is that you create. You got this nice barn up there. Nice barn. You can fix that whole thing up. It's there. You can put siding on it. You can reinforce it. You can do floors. You can do wood floors. You can make that out of a place. But I don't know how you're going to get by in this community. Because there were elegant houses there. I said, I would have never bought this. I'd have bought some out in the woods somewhere and put me a 100-foot barn up there. Big old just pole barn. That's all you got to do. That's all these Hebrews got to do. Buy land and put buildings on it. That's too simple. That's too simple. That's too simple for them to do that. Put a big old 100-foot barn, and buy telephone poles and buy them, and you can go in there and fix it up so nice. You can frame it out, you get concrete, you can make an apartment, and they won't even know. They won't even know. But that's too much for them. They're too smart for that. It's not. But they love Hebrew Israelites and call them every vile epithet there is. That's sad. Yeah. I'm not going to call you that. I may tell you you're a fool. And you are. But I will never call you that. Yahweh, may His riches, the blessings of Hamashia rest upon you all. Listen. We have our connection on our PayPal account. You that are listening, send a gift. Send your tithes and offering here. You come to visit us, you will eat well. That's one thing. You will eat well. I said to my Ima, she was telling me about the red snapper she prepared. She said they loved it. She said his issue, say, well, I'm going to take a piece home. I said, okay, I like that. That made me feel. Yeah. So we went out. I said, let's get 2 more boxes since they like it. We get that. Then I said to her, because I haven't had my time to run down, I said, let's just, I'm just doing it now. I'm this issue on Ima. Next Sunday, we just have some of that. We're gonna be off this Sunday, and everybody's gonna be doing that thing. So next Sunday we're gonna have red snapper here as well. Take your husband something now. We just have some red snapper. I said, I'll tell you what I do. I'll go buy some more red snappers. And I get some asparagus. Huh? Asparagus. You like, I heard about you liking asparagus. We have some asparagus, have some mushrooms, all that kind of stuff. Maybe even some cake. How about that? I've had a piece of cake in a while. And some ice cream. I said to myself, I may even do some. Maybe do some shish kebab. Goat, maybe some deer, and that's why we eat it around here. Deer and lambs. I still got my goat and lamb. Because they wanted to do beef bologna. So I said, Ima, I'll go with you. You want me to teach them? I said, no, I don't want you to teach them. I want them to have a little freedom because you don't, I know you, okay. I'll leave it at that. I have zucchini to slice that, and I bought some turkey, bacon. Close your mouth. They mess up. And put that bread in the oven. I'm not going to let them use my, and just let them do the bologna. Put that course too. Put the bread with the cheese in the oven, let it just get nice and roast. I'll show you how to do it. You'll do one. And they want to do bologna for everyone. And so, okay then. We'll do that, and you want to do turkey bacon because she said she doesn't like bologna, and they don't like what she said, some turkey bacon. All right, some turkey bacon, big thing. I don't put no 1-2 slices on that. Put that on the bologna, the cheese, and all of that. You'll do one to sample it, make sure it's right, and then you can go from there. If it's right, tight, you know what to do. All right. And then I may let you use my big frying pan where I just turn it down low and saute some onions in it. How about that? That's right. See, I know it's beautiful. But they make a mistake. They go, let's stand to our feet. I'm not going to leave that with them. I show them how to turn it on, and we're going to leave them. In all things we do barak Abba for your excellence, for your great blessings upon your nation. Touch us all and open our ears of understanding that we may be able to understand and hear. We do barak you for all things in Yahshua, and our people. We pray for our precious Achim in all of the nations, YisraYah'ale, YHWH, and the Imaim. We pray for all of them. Bless your nation, the elders, the Zachim here, here and around the world. Bless them, the Ketzim in a mighty way. We told you for all things, for everything. Our healing, I know we heal. Yahshua's mighty name, for all of your blessings. Bless them, scattered abroad. And those that join us today, bless them all, I pray. In Yahshua's mighty name, and may the strength of his truth rest upon us all. In Yahshua's great mighty name, this is our prayer unto you. We trust you and believe you. And we all say hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Yes, ma'am, my baby. Talking this. Yeah, when she come back up here, be the okay.
Let me get in there.
not with gold, but with the price, the dam of Yeshua, precious price of love untold. No silver nor gold has obtained my redemption. The guilt of my conscience too heavy had grown. The dam of Yeshua is my only salvation. The death of Messiah could only atone. I am redeemed, but not with silver. I am bought, but not with gold. I'm bought with the price, the dam of Yeshua, precious price of love untold. No silver nor gold has obtained my redemption. The way to the kingdom cannot be bought. The dam of Yeshua is my only salvation. The death of Messiah could only atone. I am redeemed, but not with silver. I am bought, but not with gold, but with the price.
Come on, YisraYah'ale.
The dam of
Oh, yes, the dam of Yeshua.
precious price.
Hallelujah.
Love untold.
Sing that again. Come on, YisraYah'ale.
I am redeemed,
Oh, I am redeemed.
but not with silver. I am bought, but not with gold, but with the price.